Welcome to Public Transportation and how it empowers you to become more independent. Brought to you by the Disabled Resources Center of Long Beach, California, fondly known as DRC.
I think we did a good job thinking of all the questions. Now all we gotta do is find the answers.
That's going to be the hard part. While you're looking online for the answers, I'm gonna look in the library books that I got.
How long do you think it'll take us? I do want to go to that basketball game tomorrow night.
Are you kidding? It's gonna take us several days, so let's get started. You take the first 5 questions and I'll take the next.
Okay. Wait, I have an idea. Why don't we just ask some people who actually use public transportation? That would be a lot quicker.
What?
You know, let's go out where people are waiting for the bus. Ask them these questions. They should have some of the answers because they use public transportation. That would be a lot easier and faster.
Wow, that's a great idea. I bet they do know the answers.
We can write our paper from the interviews instead of doing boring research like everyone else. Plus, I'm also going to need to know how to use transportation because I am going to be in a wheelchair for a little while.
That will make it a lot more fun, and I think it's going to make a great paper also.
And if we could talk to a real bus driver, that would make the paper even more interesting.
Maybe we could go to the transit company and ask them a few questions.
We can pretend that we're investigative reporters doing research.
We don't have to pretend. We're going to do this research for our English class anyway.
And even if we could talk to a real bus driver, that would make things more interesting.
Great, let's do it.
Excuse me. We're writing a paper for our English class, and we've been assigned to write about the benefits of taking public transportation.
Could we maybe ask you a few questions?
Sure. I ride the bus to get groceries, the Disabled Resource Center, to volunteer, and next I'm going to the Senior Center on 4th Street. I take the bus to the doctors. Long Beach bus system gets you right where you need to be.
I like taking the bus because it leaves me right next to my office at work, and I don't have to pay for parking. I did a lot of research on the internet about different ways to get to work, and I found that taking public transportation was the best for me.
I can't drive right now because I'm on crutches and I need to go to school.
I'd rather ride the bus, take a car, help save the environment. Now, every transit stop has information like this one. It'll tell you what the bus line is all about. And it even has a phone number, so in case you miss the bus, you're lost, you can call them up.
I'm going to the movies. It's easy. I don't have a car. I called the Long Beach Transit. They told me what buses to take.
Using public transportation can be safe, easy, and efficient when you use it properly and know the rules. Almost all forms of transportation now have their own website on the internet. All you have to do is type the name of the transportation company, followed by a period, and then type COM after it. Then hit Enter. If you want to find out how to ride the buses in Long Beach, just click on the internet. And up here in the top box, you type www.lbtransit.com. You don't have to worry about capital letters, and you type it all together as if it's one word. It's just about that easy for all other types of travel as well. And if you don't know how to use a computer yet, the friendly Disabled Resources Center staff will help you learn how to do it.
Is that the only place you could find travel information?
There are several other ways you can get travel information as well. Call the Disabled Resources Center at 562-427-1000. The number is printed on our DRC travel cards. Look in the phone book under Transportation. Call Long Beach Transit at 562-591-2301 and ask to speak to a transit advisor. They have several ways they can help you. You need to plan ahead. After you know how much it will cost you to ride the bus, and that depends on your age and where you are going, you will need to have the exact change. Know where to catch the bus, what time the bus comes, and what to do in case of an emergency. Preparing for the trip is very important. You always need to be prepared for an emergency.
Maybe we should go somewhere on the bus to see how it works. What do you think?
That's a great idea. Let's take the bus to the aquarium. I haven't been there by myself, and I'm not sure how to get there on the bus.
Okay, if we want to go on the bus, we need to know the address of where we're going.
And we'll need to know what bus to take. Let's take a look at the bus schedule and see how to get to the Long Beach Aquarium.
Looking at a bus schedule will help you decide the closest location to where you are to catch the bus. You can call DRC or Long Beach Transit, or go online if you need assistance.
I went online and found out that to get from my house, I need to transfer to a couple of different buses to get to the college campus. I'll need some help to figure out how to get to a 10 o'clock class also.
How much does it cost to ride the bus?
Oh my gosh, I forgot to look at that part of the website. I'll have to go back and look at it again, or maybe I can just call DRC.
Wait, I have an idea. If we want this English paper to be complete, before we take a ride, maybe we'd better talk to the bus company first and find out how the bus company helps all people, especially people with disabilities.
Good idea. Let's see if we can get the bus company to give us an overview about riding the bus properly.
Well, welcome to Long Beach Transit. I understand you're trying to learn more about the benefits of public transportation and learn more about riding the bus.
Yeah, and we'd especially like to know how the bus helps people with disabilities ride the bus safely and efficiently.
Well, that sounds terrific. Let's do that right now. What do you say? First, did you know that the Americans with Disability Act ensures that public transportation is fully equipped to allow people with disabilities to ride safely?
No, I didn't know that.
Also, do you know that all people with disabilities have the right under the ADA Act to be treated with courtesy and given the help they need to ride the bus safely and comfortably?
No, I didn't know that either. That's great news. What else does the ADA help people do on public transportation?
There are 15 rights under the ADA that assist people with disabilities to ride safely.
Wow, that's a lot of rights. Can I get a list of those rights somewhere?
You can check out DRC's website for the complete list. You can also get a copy of these ADA rights from the Department of Rehabilitation or Easter Seals.
Riding the bus is the right of everyone, and it's easy if you're prepared and know how to get on and off the bus safely. The regular buses run all over Long Beach and surrounding cities, but we also have smaller red buses called passports. The passports are free if you ride them in the downtown area, but cost the same as other buses in other parts of the city. They all have ramps on them as well, and they all welcome wheelchair users.
What else should we put in our report that's a benefit of riding public transportation?
It saves money, reduces congestion on the streets, is good for the environment, and reduces pollution.
Do you have anything else we should include in our report about using the bus safely?
Here are some good tips about riding the bus safely and effectively. You can bring your bike on the bus. Buses have racks specifically designed to carry bikes. If you have a cane, walker, or crutches, you can't get up the steps as easily as some. By law, all buses have ramps that drop down to make it a lot easier to get on and off the bus. If you know you're going to ride the bus several times in a day, you can buy a day pass for a discount if you have a disability or if you are a senior. The cost of a 30-day pass varies, but if you're disabled, your pass will cost less than half of the normal pass with proper ID. The job of the bus driver is to help people who need assistance and answer any of their questions. Your job is to plan ahead so you won't have to worry or have too many questions for the bus operator. The responsibility of the passenger who uses any type of wheelchair is to be certain that the wheelchair fits the guidelines of a standard chair.
That was really helpful. I didn't know there was so much that the bus company did for its riders.
All riders are welcome on public transportation, and the ADA is there to protect the riders who may need special attention or help.
Can we talk to a bus driver about what to do when we're actually on a bus?
Of course, let me introduce you to a couple of our more experienced operators.
Here are some things you should know. How to use the ramp for wheelchairs, how to use the ramp for other types of disabilities. Be careful boarding the bus. Always be careful of the first step. It may be higher than you think. Always use the handrails getting on and off the bus. Swipe your bus pass to the bus driver or pay your fare. Inside the bus, we have some special rules and regulations that would also keep you safe. If you need help, it is your responsibility to tell the bus driver and explain the assistance that is needed. It is the responsibility of the wheelchair user to be sure that all belts, hooks, and straps on the wheelchairs are clean, free of defects, and in good working order. Of course, the wheelchair should be equipped with the appropriate number of these items so the rider will be safe and secure.
There are special locations for wheelchairs and special seats near the front to help people with mobility issues. Service animals and owners may sit anywhere.
Let's talk about good bus manners.
Allow people exiting the bus or rail to depart before you enter. Don't talk to the driver except to ask directions or to explain special needs. There are many other rules and information that you can obtain from the DRC website.
So it's the job of the passengers to ask to have his or her stop announced if it's not a major street?
Yes, the announcements can either be made by the bus operator or sometimes they are automatic recorded announcements. If a bus rider is visually impaired and has a service animal, the vehicle operator will announce stops to help orient the visually impaired person to the location of a bus as it travels along the route so the person will be prepared to get off and on the bus at a proper stop.
An emergency can be any of the following: getting at the bus stop late, boarding the wrong bus, riding on a rerouted bus line, missing the right stop, malfunctioning equipment, unhelpful driver, rude passengers, losing your bus pass or your money, environmental barriers such as high curbs or no curbs. Sometimes even the best plans go astray. Everyone should know what to do in these emergencies.
What if the bus driver is not helpful?
Look at the front of the bus and write down the driver's name, the number of the bus, and the time of day.
What if we miss our correct stop?
Get off at the next stop. But first, ask the driver how to get back to the correct stop.
What should I do if I get lost?
Stay calm. Look on your DRC travel cards for phone numbers. Use your cell phone. Talk to a police officer.
Is the bus the only kind of public transportation?
Sometime, you may want to leave Long Beach and go into Los Angeles to see the Lakers play basketball or even go to Universal Studios. If you do, taking the Metro Blue Line is a good way to get there.
Look at this website. It says we can take the Metro Blue Line from downtown Long Beach to so many different places throughout Los Angeles County.
Sometimes, the need to be more independent involves using Metro or the train. You need to know how to travel by train safely and effectively, and where the free fare program will take you.
What's the free fare program about?
The free fare program allows you to ride anywhere in Los Angeles County free of charge if you have an access approval card.
Can you go outside of Los Angeles County?
Sometimes other transportation lines will honor your LA County cards, but you need to check with each one to make certain. There's also a transportation system that travels in many parts of California called MetroLink. This train has restrooms and wash stations on the trains.
Is riding Metro or MetroLink easy?
If you plan to ride Metro or MetroLink, it might be safer and easier to learn how to use it if you go with a friend or family member. Or call DRC about having a travel trainer. There are many aspects of buying Metro tickets: getting on and riding Metro, transferring from one train to another, and finding your way around Union Station in Los Angeles that take practice. Use of Metro is easy, safe, and convenient once you've learned how. There are many different types of riders on these trains, so we recommend that you be trained before you ride it alone.
We have learned so much about using public transportation and how it helps all people and the environment. This will be a great report.
Let's summarize what we've learned.
Here's why people use public transportation.
To get to school, work, or an appointment. Visit family and friends. Volunteer, enjoy sporting events, or go shopping. The list goes on and on.
What are the steps we learned for getting prepared to use public transportation?
To have a safe and secure ride, it's best to get ready the night before so you won't forget anything. And you won't be late getting to your bus stop. It's a good idea to carry a backpack or a big purse that can hold these items. DRC travel cards. The address and phone number of your destination. Your personal ID. A cell phone. Paper and a pen or pencil. Travel schedule. The bus company will provide these free of charge. Money with the exact change or a bus pass. Emergency plans. Do you know what to do in case of an emergency or if you get lost? An umbrella, hat, medicine as needed. Let's see if our students have learned what to do.
Okay, do we have everything we need?
We know where and when to catch the bus.
We have the exact change to ride the bus to the aquarium and back to school.
I have the directions and the bus routes to the aquarium, and I have money for the tickets.
We know how to transfer from the regular bus to the passport bus.
I brought my emergency instruction from DRC, and I know where we have to get off the bus and catch the passport.
We know what to do in case of an emergency. I've learned how to use the bus ramp and how to tie down my wheelchair properly. I checked my backpack to make sure that I'm prepared. And we've learned the responsibilities of the vehicle operator and the passengers.
This is going to be a great paper, and now we know how to get around on public transportation.
All right, off we go.
We're going to have a good time.
Yep.
Traveling on public transportation will empower you to become more independent and provide new opportunities through greater mobility. You can go somewhere spontaneously without a 24-hour notice. You can travel by bus, rail, or train. Be more independent and self-confident. The more often you use public transportation, the more comfortable you will become with using it. This program was presented by Disabled Resources Center, Incorporated, through funding of the New Freedom Grant.